Hello, welcome to Unnecessary Roughness, Barstool's college football show, brought to you by Twisted Tea, hard ice tea.
They do that on like TikTok.
Well, this isn't TikTok. This is a podcast, and I don't like that noise. So just open it. Make it open.
Okay.
But open it by the mic.
I am.
Okay. There you go. Now take a sip.
Okay, yeah. Half and half over here, Brandon. Oh, that's good stuff.
I got the peach. Ooh.
That's good stuff.
Well, you know when it's when you haven't drank anything in a while, just you can feel it go all the way down your belly. That's what I just felt.
That means it's going to hit good.
Yeah, that was good. Twisted Tea. Nothing goes better with college football than Twisted Tea. And please get you one today. No, don't get you one. Get you
a pack.
Several. Yes, a pack.
You know what's coming up too is Thanksgiving.
It is.
And you know what you need on Thanksgiving? Tea and alcohol.
Sure.
And you happen to put them together with Twisted Tea.
You got them both. All right. It is the November 15th weekend of college football. I've just gone away from saying week 9 or week 10 because I'm always wrong.
It's week 12.
It's week 12. Fine, whatever. There's been 2 byes for every team. The week number doesn't matter anymore. It's the second week of November. How about that? Third week of November.
Speaking of the winter time, Ev, I'm loving the flannel look on you tonight.
Like this?
Yeah.
It's about that time. It's about that time in New York to pull it out.
The cozy boy look.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Hawaiians are packed up for the winter now. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. But here we are.
We are.
I love it. I love a good flannel.
Concrete jungle, city of dreams.
Well, we move further into the morass of college football, as right now we have a playoff race unfolding. We have not too much movement in the college football playoff committee's top 25, so don't really have to stop on that one. We have a week with some decently big games, some sneaky big games, and some games that are going to be huge that we just don't even know it yet, and we've got that coming for us. But I want to start real quick. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the Arkansas coaching situation really took a turn on
Brandon motherfucking Walker.
Took a turn on Tuesday night when I heard some things. I heard some movement out there, and I tweeted out, "Boy, this would be impressive." And let's just say I got 15 DMs from Arkansas beat writers. I got probably 5 DMs from college football beat writers across the country. I got an agent that hit me up and was like, "What do you know? What do you know? What do you know?" I'm not going to tell you what I know. I'm not going to tell you what I know.
You know the scene in Breaking Bad when Walter White's in Tuco's office and, they're playing the game and then I think it was a mercury fulminate maybe, and it explodes? That's what you did last night for just fun. You pulled a petty move for fun.
I didn't do it for fun. I found out some information and I tweeted it.
Yeah, but you knew that it would do exactly what you did.
Wait till I get this Auburn phone call in a little bit.
I'm just
see what
saying
happens.
The amount of text messages that I got, not from like random people, from people that are important. Like, what the fuck does Brandon know?
Listen, the thing is, T-Bob, right now, and you're part of this. Like, usually LSU is embroiled right now in a playoff race or something like that, and you got half the SEC, probably 35% of the Big Ten, 5 of the ACC, and some of the Big 12. They're all embroiled in playoff races, and they're getting ready. But for the other half of those conferences, it's silly season. And silly season has happened earlier than ever before this year. And like in Baton Rouge, it's just silly right now. In Fayetteville, it is silly. In Gainesville, it is silly. And T-Bob, this might be the silliest season I've ever seen.
No, Brandon, I think you did an excellent job of setting this up all year long, right? I mean, you said this was going to happen. There was too much stability throughout last offseason, and the metaphor that I just cannot escape, and so I'll say it again, is that of the overgrown forest, right? Where you have to burn it down to create new growth. There were too many dead men walking coaches, too many tenuous situations. The vast majority of them have blown up. More are going to blow up. And it's the silliest season of all. I mean, you have LSU playing stupid games like, wait, Brian, we didn't actually fire you. You haven't been showing up to work. Now you're fine. It's fucking crazy. So I missed your tweet last night. I'm catching up now. Am I to believe that there are heavy rumors that James Franklin will be the next Arkansas Razorback head coach?
T-Bob, I'm not going to sit here and confirm or deny any rumors. I'm saying in Fayetteville there is a belief going around that James Franklin is certainly in play for that position. I would counter that with, there's a couple schools that believe James Franklin is about to be their coach, and I would counter that by saying Mr. Franklin might be waiting for another couple of jobs. He might be waiting for one in the Southeastern Conference, and he might be waiting for one in the ACC to open up. I'm just thinking out loud, guys.
And may I say,
So it's very silly.
that Mr. Walker does have sources. He's just not going to reveal his sources.
Listen, I think James Franklin knows what he's doing right now, and I believe he's got some teams believing they're about to get in the James Franklin business, and he's got his eyes on Tallahassee right now. But hey, listen, hey, it's silly season out there, folks.
Hey,
Arkansas's talking to folks y'all can't even believe they're talking to.
I got a text message today from someone important that would be involved in some way of the coaching searches that said he believes Brandon Walker is an, and I quote, genius for what you did last night.
Okay, so and here's the real deal, though, T-Bob, and this I'm going to say this. We, as a football watching people, every time there's open jobs, we come up with certain talking points and certain coaches, whether it's James Franklin right now or it's Alex Golish or it's John Summerall, and we think we have the pool of available coaches and we're matching them up with jobs. Well, Golish will go here, Summerall will go here. I'm here to tell you right now, coaches are talking to teams that you can't fathom those coaches are talking to teams.
Ooh, sexy.
You cannot fathom these coaches. And you know why? Because some of these coaches might have interest in going to these teams, but really they have interest in their own pocketbooks. And if they talk to those teams, that means their own teams are going to pony up. And that's where we are right now. We have a pool of candidates. Then we have a separate pool of candidates who nobody knows are candidates. And then we have a third pool of candidates who are not really candidates, but want people to think they're candidates, even though they're not candidates because they want money.
And you know who knows it all?
And you also I'm sorry, go ahead, Kayce.
No, I was going to say, you know who knows it all? Brandon Walker.
I got all of it. Oh, it's so delicious.
And you know what the other pool is, Brandon, and this is something that I was talking about with Matt, the web producer today, is like, what if you're in the Lane Kiffin sweepstakes? What if you're in the sweepstakes for a coach that's currently with a team that looks like they're lined up for the playoff? Like let's say you think you got a handshake deal going down. You know, oh, he's going to come. What happens if Ole Miss goes on a run? What happens if he wins a couple playoff games? He makes it to the semis. There's no guarantee that he's going to leave. He's not going to leave certainly before a playoff or announced to go anywhere. So it's like it's a tenuous situation in terms of if you are pursuing an elite coach that is currently lined up for extra postseason football.
So I'll go ahead and tell you, T-Bob, I forgot the answer to that because I've got it on good authority that this Saturday night when Florida visits Ole Miss at halftime, Lane Kiffin is taking off his Ole Miss gear and putting on Florida gear.
No,
he is He's walking across the field, and he is coaching the second half, and he is leaving with the Florida Gators.
I have on good authority that's not going to happen from multiple sources.
Did you think that was necessary to say?
I'm just saying.
Do you think I had it on good authority that Lane Kiffin was going to switch sides?
No, obviously I knew you were trolling. Maybe I was trolling too.
The difference in my source and your source, my source wouldn't lie to me.
Well, men just lie in general.
Correct.
But, you know, what can you do?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we have. Boy, look at this.
What are you doing over there?
I mean,
guys, I just
the phone won't. Big Ev, this ain't my fault, buddy. The phone won't quit texting.
Big Ev, I am getting the secondary text because it is just a nightmare for these people in Fayetteville right now because of Brandon Walker.
The only thing I'll say, Big Ev, is the only coach I'm certain will be with this team next year is Ryan Day.
And Mike Elko.
No, I didn't say that. I did not say that at all.
I'm already seeing the Ryan Day like NFL talk. That's what's coming across my circles, which I don't think is happening. Maybe at some point down the line he stacks 3, 4, 5 championships. Maybe he wants to go conquer the league.
Well, let me ask you this, Big Ev. Let's play with that hypothetical. You find out tomorrow that Ryan Day is talking to the New York Giants.
Wow, that came across my desk already, Brandon. I would be I'd be pretty upset. I tell you what, I'd be pretty upset because we got a good thing going in Ohio State, and I need one good thing in my life. I can't have the one good thing in my life, then leave a strong piece of that puzzle, and then come over to this one that's just shattered to bits, and then him not be able to sweep up the mess.
Hey,
and then now I've got 2 problems. That'd be an issue for me.
I said this.
I need one good thing going. I need to keep that consistent, and hopefully the Giants can figure that out.
But Ev, what about the rumors that Lane Kiffin may be the new head coach of the New York Giants?
Hurt him.
That'd be great for you.
Yeah, I don't mind that. That
Back with
I'd
Jackson?
I'd never do with that. I mean, listen, if it was serious, I'm open to it. I wouldn't mind having Lane in New York, I suppose.
Is Florida going to let Lane talk to the Giants? I don't know that they're going to let their new coach.
You had this exact same song and dance a few years ago with Auburn.
And he was going.
Brandon, who's
he said, yeah.
who's going to coach LSU?
And why didn't he go?
T-Bob, Lane Kiffin.
Shit.
First coach ever to take
all 3 teams.
First coach ever to take 3 jobs in one offseason. T-Bob, I don't
care.
care.
Make so much fucking money.
And listen, when I put these things on Twitter, and I'm obviously doing some trolling and stuff. When I put these things on Twitter, and I say Lane Kiffin's going to LSU, then he's going to Florida, then he's going to Giants, and these Ole Miss fans show up and they're like, he only says this because he wants him out of Oxford. He wants him out of Ole Miss. No fucking shit, dude. No fucking shit. You got one of the best coaches in the country at my arch rival. I want him gone fucking tomorrow. Yeah, I certainly want him out of there. He is the best thing to ever happen to them, and I want him to leave.
Also, you guys were fantastically wrong on Wake Up Barstool about his outfit today.
His outfit was terrible.
It was not.
I gave it a 10.
Yeah, you were right then.
His outfit was terrible.
Lies.
He's wearing a 12-year-old boy's jacket.
No, that's the style for his body type and his age.
He's a 50-year-old man. He's wearing a tiny jacket.
It would be weird if he showed up dressed like Jackson Dart.
Or he could just dress like a coach.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like an old white guy fit. Like we still dress a little tight.
No.
They
Not an
dress
old
loose and
white.
young.
No, well, we don't have to get into it, but it's not an old white guy fit. It's okay. Go ahead, Brandon.
Where's
go ahead.
this fit?
The
I
one
don't
that
know.
was.
Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I mean, no, you're right that it is like, because if he dressed with the oversized stuff, that's fine. I'm getting really angrily written right now at me. No, you're right, T-Bob, that it is it's an older guy fit, but it's still like a trendy one. Like it doesn't look like an old man fit.
I don't mean uncool old white guy. Yeah,
Yes,
I just mean like he can't dress like Dart and like flowy jeans and like a giant top and
Correct.
stuff.
Yes. I'm getting yelled at.
I thought he looked cool.
Oh, please don't do that.
I'm going to.
Okay, I won't do it anymore.
Then you better stop.
Okay.
You better stop right now.
I thought it was an ugly fit.
Good.
Oh, wow.
Can't find the fit.
It's a bad fit.
It's not a bad fit, but okay. Sorry, Brandon, I forgot.
Can someone send it to me?
Yes, sir.
Watch Wub. Watch Wub one time, guys.
I bet Lukey could find it. It's the one. It's the photo from him walking in the game last weekend or 2 weekends ago. I don't know.
I did see a clip on Wub of, and I give Brandon credit. One of our pals here, T-Bob, was doing 10-2 in the SEC. Vanderbilt, but they're 10-2. T-Bob. I was disappointed in you.
I did not. Okay, I would have had my knives sharper. I would have had my knives sharper.
Just because it's the SEC.
Over the ACC, Ev, we shit on the ACC every single weekend
but
here.
T-Bob.
It's about Notre Dame.
It was Miami.
T-Bob.
Right.
It was Miami versus Vanderbilt.
Right, but Miami has the win over Notre Dame.
You're boiling it down.
Notre Dame too.
You're boiling it down to conferences. But you're boiling it down to conferences, but individually, Vanderbilt with no current ranked wins and Miami being behind them with the same amount of losses and a win over Notre Dame, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Vandy had 3 ranked wins at the time. Fine, Bev, I'm glad that you have reached the point where you've betrayed your boy Diego Pavia so wholly and fully that here I am advocating for him to make the playoff and to win the Heisman.
That's dirty pool
and you're
right there.
All over it. In defense of who?
That's dirty.
In defense of who? Krista Fraud? The ACC?
Oh.
No, but it's bigger than that. I'm fighting a bigger fight than that. If anything, to me, I'm lacking. I'm being selfless because I'm putting aside my personal biases towards one Diego Pavia, who I discovered in New Mexico State.
Everybody, keep your guns up because this is nasty out here today.
It's gonna piss me off so bad.
To be like, listen, we can't just say you just get an automatic bid if you go 10-2 in the SEC. That's not how it works.
I think that I have been very non-SEC homer for the vast majority of my career. I have made my way as an SEC fucking hater. But if Vandy doesn't make the playoff after going 10-2, who knows when they'll ever be here again, I will be beside myself with disappointment for Vanderbilt fans.
I think.
Now, let me say this. If they go 10-2, I think they will make the playoff. Probably.
Okay. Should I put my guns down?
Why are you guys making Texas Tech hand signals?
No, it's the.
This is the office man.
This is Texas Tech, by the way.
I was making it. Well, that's what Ev was doing. That was a
I
show.
didn't see
Put your guns up.
I don't have any guns.
I will say this, that if it's the direct argument of if a 10-2 Vandy should get in over a 10-2 Miami or vice versa.
Yes.
You have to put Miami in because they will have a far better win when the committee is deciding with the resumes at the end of the season. Yes, they had those ranked wins at the time, but if Notre Dame is there, then Miami would have to go in over Vanderbilt because they have a better win.
What if like Vandy had like a better strength of record? They'll have better losses. I hate those arguments normally. But like what if Vandy has a stronger strength of record if you compare the 10-2s?
Say it's
It depends on what you
y'all
put
are
weight
y'all
in.
are looking forward, and I didn't really mean for that.
We don't need to get boiled down.
I,
It's not our fault.
T-Bob, the original argument this morning was when I looked at the poll, you asked me on the show, what stood out to you, and I was like, looking at it, 14 Vanderbilt, 15 Miami. As of right now, I think Miami has a better resume than Vanderbilt, and that's the only thing. So going forward, we'll see. But I do think right now that's one of the things they got wrong was I think Miami could probably be ahead of Vanderbilt. That being said, yes, Liam.
It is pretty fascinating to think about a scenario where Miami doesn't win the ACC
And still gets in?
but gets in as the American and Sun Belt teams get in over Duke.
Yeah, the ACC champ does not get in. Miami gets in, and 2 G5 teams.
That they're setting that up.
Folks,
Yes.
you could go cross-eyed
the way they
thinking
ranked Miami now.
this is.
I'm sorry. No, the way they ranked Miami now, I was going to say before Liam did, I think they're very much setting that up to be the case. That if Miami just wins out, no matter what happens, they're probably just going to be in the playoff.
This next 4 weeks is going to be something. It is going to truly be something.
And
All right.
and the real wrench, I think, is in the 3, is if it becomes a spot where it's like if Texas can somehow split against Georgia and A&M, chaos is going to ensue with a 2-loss Miami, a 2-loss Notre Dame, and a 3-loss Texas. I think that's the real, what the fuck are we going to do? What is the committee going to do? Because there'll be, I think, arguments for each side that are pretty valid.
Well, and Ev, this weekend, and we're obviously going to get into the slate. I mean, this weekend, when you look at Texas, Georgia, and Oklahoma, Alabama, those are 2 massive upset the apple cart games.
Yeah, boy. For the sake of clarity, Georgia and Alabama better win because if they don't, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oklahoma wins, things get messy.
Yeah, if OU wins, and then if Texas manages to win both of those big games you mentioned, Deb, you will be looking at potentially 7 10-win SEC teams, which is going to make shit insane. And then, what if USC ends up 10-2 out of the Big Ten, and then we have a 4th Big Ten team entering the mix? It's going to be a crazy month, guys. It'll probably shake out. But
it always does.
Well, we talked about this on Saturday night when you said that you thought last weekend, and in retrospect, it's easy because it was Saturday night, we were tired, that you thought the Big Ten really handled itself and kind of, with USC lingering right there and knowing that they have to, they play Iowa this weekend and they play Oregon next weekend. Do they get 4 teams in? Do they only get 3 teams in? Does that leave room for 5 SEC teams? There's a lot on the table, and I know this is said over and over, and I think we were all on, maybe not Liam at the time, I don't know, because I didn't know him at the time. This is why the 12-team playoff rocks. Because at this point in the season, you might have a couple teams that you needed to see win out. The fact that we don't truly know what it's going to look like is awesome. And we're going in the middle of November.
Yeah, I'm an 18 playoff guy. I don't think there's 12 teams worthy of getting in.
And
I
that's
think 99% of the time there won't be 12 teams worthy of getting in. Also, again, there's going to be more conversations like last year about the 1 seed having the most difficult path in this playoff and next year's, etc. They probably got to go to a reseeding situation eventually.
As of last night, the 1 seed would have the toughest out of the top 4 seeds.
Yeah.
The 1 seed having to face the winner. Then this is as of last night. The 1 seed having to face the winner of Oregon Notre Dame versus the 2 seed, I believe, playing Texas or Ole Miss. That's so gigantic of a difference, I think.
Yeah, but a lot of those will. But a lot of those teams are going to play.
But last year was like that, T-Bob. Last year, Oregon had to play Ohio State.
Well, but that's because Ohio State, though, would have been a top seed this year, right? Or would they have been right?
No, I don't think they would have.
We would have had to see. That's why, even as the guy who guys is sitting in the 1 seed right now, I think it's very circumstantial, and it just. We've only had. We're kind of guinea pig in this thing right now. Last year was the first year. This is the second year. It's the one ranking because like T-Bob was going to say, if Ohio State just handles business and doesn't just shit down their leg against Michigan, we're in the Big Ten championship game and we're playing for the 1 seed against Oregon.
Yeah.
And even if we lose that, and then say we went to the Big Ten championship and lost, we would have been somewhere in the 5 to 6, probably 5 or 6. So I don't see it that way. And also, I'm very much a believer if you're going to win a national title in this format, you got to beat who you play, and you can't bitch because Oregon or Notre Dame. If that happened, you would not hear me crying like, oh, poor us. Like we had to play fucking Notre Dame and whoever. Like if you're going to be the champ, you got to knock them all down like bowling pins.
Ohio State did it last year, dude. They had a fucking incredible run of good teams they ran through.
That's what it takes to win a national title in this format. You have to go on a great run. You have to beat 3 really good teams in a row or 4.
And I'm not saying it doesn't matter if it was Ohio State or whoever who has the 1 seed right now, but if this was the path that has to happen, yes, Ohio State is so much better than everyone else, so they should go out there, take care of business, and win it. But there is still, once again, in my opinion, an inherent flaw in the formatting where the 1 seed would be playing Notre Dame, Oregon, and then Alabama or Georgia. Like, that is just so much tougher of a path than what's on the other side, in my honest opinion.
Let me tell you about DraftKings. The rivalries, the marching bands, the upsets. Saturdays are made for football, and DraftKings Sportsbook is celebrating college football's game of the week with a special profit boost for all. Is this the one for the underdog parlay later, or is this different?
I feel like we could just do it now if you want to do it.
Just opt in for a game this Saturday, and you'll score a single-use profit boost token for that game. Whether you're betting on your go-to team or an underdog, Saturdays are yours to own with DraftKings Sportsbook. What I want you to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code ROUGH. All right, it's me, Kayce, and T-Bob for the underdog parlay this week. I will very quickly tell you that mine, TCU plus 4.5. TCU plus 4.5 at BYU.
We all said we loved. Bless you.
Thank you.
I listen, and transparency. On Wake Up Barstool this morning, Stu Feiner said it was his play of the week, and I loved it so much. I did have it before him, but when he said it, I was like, yeah. And he preached. He was preaching. He was spitting when he was talking about it.
Watching Stu ask Jeremiah Love that question.
What question? He didn't ask a question.
Or his little rant, Brandon. I could feel you. I was on a plane, and I could feel you dying through my phone. It would every time they would cut to you, I was like, this man is in hell right now.
I told the producers afterwards, and T-Bob can attest to this. They have a meeting every day after the show to make sure they're doing the right things. And I walked in, and they said, "What's the one takeaway you had from the show?" I said, "When we have a guest, either a coach or a player, Stu just can't talk anymore." Because Stu, and I love Stu, but Stu just went off on this 2-minute rant about Frank the Tank's birthday, and I was like, Stu, let's ask him a question, man.
It's Jeremiah Love. It's whatever.
Stu is Stu, though.
I think see, I'm kind of dumb. I almost thought it was the funniest part of the interview. Because Jeremiah is a ball knower, badass football player, still getting used to the media game. Like, I don't know. I kind of liked it.
It was 100%. It was 100% the funniest part of the interview. But It was like, whatever. All right, what's your underdog part of the parlay, Kayce?
Brandon? Oh, you don't have it.
What? I have many cowbells.
Well, hand me one.
I don't know where they are.
Mississippi State plus 7. I have one with my name on it somewhere in this building. Ev brought it back to me. Thank you very much. I'm going to keep riding you guys. I know. Listen. Do what? You hate it?
I'm just nervous. Go ahead.
I know you are. And last week, it was hard. I get that. But you guys have been very good against the spread. I don't believe in this Missouri team. I know Ahmad Hardy can do some dirty things. They got to break through at some point, right? They got to break through. You guys got your first SEC win a couple weeks ago. Georgia's very good. Missouri is not. Missouri is not that good. Bo Pribula's hurt. I love it. You're going to go on the road. You're going to cover the 7, Brandon. You're going to cover.
T-Bob.
Yeah. God, this feels a little stinky, and I've been so ice cold that I'm having a crisis of confidence when it comes to gambling. But I'm going to go Oklahoma plus 6. I hate it's in T-Town, and we'll talk about the game more.
Yeah.
But I like it from a matchup standpoint, and not just because they beat the fuck out of Bama last year, but when you look at Bama, all of their success is coming from throwing the ball right now and being able to remain on schedule. And when you look at Oklahoma, that is the most disruptive defensive front right there with A&M and the entirety of the SEC. So I think that's a pretty good strength-on-strength matchup where Oklahoma can maybe force Bama out of its comfort zone. And I've doubted Oklahoma for so long that maybe I'm going to give myself over to them a little bit here.
Don't give it all away for free right now. We're going to do the parlay, and then we're coming right back to this game. So hold that thought. Right, cool. You're gonna go lead off here. So that's the DraftKings underdog parlay. It is TCU plus 4.5, Mississippi State plus 7, Oklahoma plus 6. Liam.
Same odds as last week, plus 584. I also think this is like the 6th straight week we've had Mississippi State featured.
I didn't say it.
I know. I'm just saying it's very
they
funny.
They are 8-2 against the spread.
They're so good against the spread, and every single week we have them in some capacity.
They're 8-2 against the spread.
And I feel like if you're 8-2 against the spread, you're not going to go. You're not going to not cover. You're not going to go 0-2 against the spread back-to-back weeks. I'm just saying.
All right, let's do the the Cracker Barrel game of the week. We're just going to jump into the categories, and this will be where I'm sure multiple of us will talk about Oklahoma and Alabama. And it's the Cracker Barrel game of the week. This game of the week segment is presented by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel is giving you all the more of what you already love, like those delicious hash brown casserole, which I always get two fillings of every single time I go. The fluffy pancakes, the bacon, the smoked sausage. Bacon and smoked sausage together. They always have a breakfast. You can choose bacon or sausage. And I always get cheeky. I'm always like, I'll have that with bacon with a side of sausage.
You love to get cheeky.
I do. I get cheeky to Cracker Barrel in a heartbeat. It's even better than I remember. I get the same feeling every time I go to Cracker Barrel, but now there's more to it. See how Cracker Barrel is bringing you more crave-worthy comforts, country hospitality, and the more to enjoy. All the more to enjoy. Swing by and visit Cracker Barrel today. And with that, starting the Cracker Barrel Game of the Week segment, we go back to T-Bob Hebert, and the Cracker Barrel Game of the Week is...
All right, I'll go. And really, there's two choices here to me. I don't want to be an SC homer again already in this podcast, but I'll go with the one we were just talking about, Oklahoma, Alabama. It has massive playoff implications for chaos or for kind of solidifying the picture. Again, I go back a year ago to what Oklahoma did to Alabama, 24-3 domination. And I'm not saying that much of that is going to carry over. I'm more doing this from a narrative standpoint because at that time, that was what felt like the first nail in Kalen DeBoer's coffin, right? Then you get to the bowl game, that's another nail. Then we get to FSU, we thought that was the final nail. Alabama was like 5-5. It kept them out the playoff last year. We declared Alabama dead. And just like that, somehow, Alabama returned. And so if you want to talk narratively, this is a massive revenge game for the Crimson Tide. But this Alabama team, in my opinion, guys, they're a little confusing, right? They're solid as hell.
Yeah.
I really like Ty Simpson, especially in high leverage situations, but they are not overwhelmingly dominant. Like they are not, like you look at their big wins, they look great against Vandy. They look great against Tennessee. They had very big, huge turnovers that really ended up defining those games. The one right before half against Tennessee, Pavia twice in the red zone. We talked about that Alabama offense, middle of the pack from an overall scoring standpoint, 14th in rushing. Only run the ball for 111 yards a game. However, they're throwing for 290. One of the top passing attacks in the entire SEC. And look, right now, as I said, Ty Simpson, he's the key to everything for the Tide. You go look at Oklahoma's pass rush, second in sacks, one sack behind Texas A&M. They lead in tiffles. And if you think back to how FSU was able to beat Alabama, it was by consistently disrupting Ty Simpson. Now, I think that this is a different Ty Simpson. Don't get me wrong. The Alabama offensive line that looked hapless week one has looked great since, but I like Alabama to win, but I think Oklahoma's going to keep this close. Oklahoma also the number one scoring defense in the SEC right now. One question I have is, will R. Mason Thomas play? He's the one, he hasn't played since he had that incredible scoop and score where he stiff-armed the guy for 47 yards, but I was trying to read some things, and I think he's going to be back. So, yeah, I'm going to go close game here. I think Alabama pulls it out at home. I think that's the difference, but I am fascinated to see if they can get revenge on the Sooners.
Big Av, what's the Cracker Barrel Game of the Week?
I'll go Texas, Georgia. I think this is a big game for a lot of reasons. We've talked about with Texas. They're kind of this weird thing where these two big games where they got this and A&M in a couple weeks, sandwiched by a cupcake. I'm fascinated by this game. I think Texas's defense is really good. They're rounding into form. And a Georgia team that they're a weird team. They've kind of been similar to Bama this year, where like they haven't been overly dominant, but they've just gotten the job done. Gunnar Stockton, another guy, high leverage guy, super clutch in a bunch of different times this season. Tennessee, Ole Miss, they've gotten huge wins, but this Texas team is playing really good. Are just starting to come into form, and this is a Georgia defense that I just don't think, or honestly, really, I know is not the defense that they were in the back-to-back title runs. I think Texas can keep this close too. I think they can go in there and hang. I mean, we saw Georgia, their one loss was at home to Alabama. They've shown they can lose at home. I like Texas to keep this game close. I really do. I think both these big SEC games are going to be like one score, like final possession type games. Yeah. Making or breaking for some of them their seasons. I mean, Texas gets this game. I mean,
yeah.
I think they're in the playoff.
Chaos is upon us.
Did you see who showed up at Georgia practice this week, guys?
No, who?
Billy Napier.
Oh,
Billy Napier,
You could have
Kirby
said-
Smart, truly learning at the feet of Nick Saban, who beat the fuck out of Texas earlier this year, Florida. So, I mean, is Kirby going to be the new halfway house? He brings Billy in on Tuesday's practice. They meet afterwards. What did y'all do? How do you have success? Come be an analyst for a year. Come get paid. We'll get you back on your feet. Shout out Kirby, dude. But it does highlight something. When you think about that Florida-Texas game, they were on Arch's dick, right? I think they sacked him 6 times, turned him over a couple times. Georgia, I was kind of shocked, and this has always been a hallmark under Kirby Smart. They're not a hyper-aggressive defense, but they've been ineffectual when it comes to getting the quarterback this year. They're dead last in the SEC, only 11 sacks a year, dead last in Tiffles, only 35. So it does beg the question. They have a very good run defense, and Texas needs to be able to run the ball if Arch is going to be okay. But it does beg the question, can Arch get a little comfortable back there and play as well as we've seen him play here recently?
Yeah. It's you both bring up interesting games. I mean, they're clearly the two standout SEC games, and I'll get to mine in a minute. Kayce, what's your Cracker Barrel game of the week?
I had both of those for all the reasons that they just mentioned, and I know like these are both home games. You have to believe that the home teams are going to win. But the reason that these two, I mean, and we're going to talk about Iowa, USC. We're going to talk about Notre Dame, Pitt, TCU, BYU. But this is where
Notre Dame, Pitt doesn't matter.
Unless Pitt wins.
No, it doesn't, but it does not.
It doesn't even matter. The game could be like 114.
It doesn't. It could be 110 to nothing.
They're doing a Narduzzi thing.
Yeah, no, I caught that. I realized that after a second. At first, and then once Liam said yes, no, which is one of the dumbest things that is he just an asshole?
Yes, correct.
He's just a massive asshole.
One of the biggest assholes.
No, they both picked one, but I think that you could just put these two together as like these are the two big SEC games of the week to watch because it either goes from 5 teams being in this hunt or 7. And if Texas does beat Georgia, that Thanksgiving weekend game gets a little bit scarier. I mean, it's going to be scarier regardless, but I do feel like when you look at the fact that it is at Georgia and at Alabama, you have to believe the home teams are going to win. I think Georgia and Alabama will both win, but it wouldn't shock me if Oklahoma and Texas both win.
It would shock me. Liam, what is your Cracker Barrel game of the week?
Big game on Saturday between two programs who have broke through in very different ways. One of them started football in 1904. The other started football in 2015. Both of them had success at the FCS level. Both of them sit atop the Conference USA right now, which is not a very good product to watch. But the Conference USA has Jacksonville State and Kansas State fighting for Conference USA supremacy as they both just got into the mix. Remember last year when Kansas State fired their only head coach in history, Brian Bohannon? There was a lot of outrage about it. Jerry Mack's got Kansas State cruising. They've got a lot of speed. They play a few quarterbacks. They probably play my favorite brand of football in the Sun Belt in the Conference USA. And then you've got Jacksonville State, who's also under a first-year head coach, Charles Kelly, who's got one of the funniest. I love looking up Charles Kelly Wikipedia and just looking at his goofy little Wikipedia picture with hands on his knees, and his headset looks so funny on them. Clint Trickett's killing it at OC for Jack State, and Cam Cook, finally, the TCU transfer is finally just feasting. He's dominating, one of the best rushers in college football, extremely high forced tackle missed rate. I think he has 12 touchdowns, ran for 5.9, 6.0 yards a pop. This is going to be a really fun game, possibly a preview of the conference championship. And the Conference USA this season decided, hey, we're not doing a poll. We're not doing the media poll. We don't want to put teams down. So they did a Conference USA Bowl Confidence Index, which had Kansas State's probability to make a bowl at 16.6%. Now look at them. It's probably higher, right?
Wow.
Some would say a lot higher.
Brandon Walker, what's your Cracker Barrel game of the week?
Possibly high.
I'm going to say Oklahoma-Bama because I believe Oklahoma has a better chance as the underdog to go in and win than Georgia-Texas. I think Texas, nice story, and I like the way Sark's been going. Arch has been going better, but at Georgia is a tall task. When at Kentucky and at Mississippi State almost broke them. It almost broke them. And listen, they came back and they did what they had to do against Mississippi State, but I saw it. Their life was on the line. Their life was on the line against Kentucky. They couldn't really handle those 2 road trips. Why do I think they're going to handle the road trip to Athens? I don't. And then Oklahoma, now that's a different animal. Because what travels? Defense. Defense travels.
Yep.
And Alabama hadn't been that good recently. And I know Alabama fans are going to go, yeah, we won a game. Okay. You didn't look great against South Carolina. You looked just average against LSU. And this is a time last year. It was right this time of year. You went to Oklahoma. Everybody thinks you're going to cruise. And Oklahoma fucking thumped that fucking skull last year. And they did it because their defense just shut down a really bad quarterback. You got a better quarterback this year, but that defense is better too. So I think Oklahoma's got a real chance to go in there and make this a nasty, dirty, ugly rock fight. And I'm not sure Alabama's prepared to fight in one of those.
Well, and when I said earlier I wouldn't be shocked because I do feel like everything in the SEC is so close at this point. But I guess my question for you is, and you're right, Texas did almost get broken, but Texas has a really good defense too. And I know Gunnar Stockton, he's a gamer. He put up great numbers against Mississippi State, but Texas defense has been pretty stout. I could also see an issue where, because Gunnar Stockton before last week had not put together a full game. Now he showed up when he needed to in certain halves and he's looked fantastic, but you don't see a world where Texas could slow that offense down enough?
Not really. Because listen, as good as that Texas defense is, Blake Shapen and Mississippi State tore that defense up. Diego Pavia took a half to go, but then he tore that defense up. And it's just like, you can get to that defense. And I think Gunnar Stockton and Georgia will get to that defense. And again, it's just based, if this were in Austin, I'd have a different opinion.
It's based on it being at
But
home.
like, I don't know all their road trip. Let's see. They had 4 road games this year. I believe their Oklahoma game was technically a road game, even though it was a neutral site. And their other 3 road games were at Florida,
Loss.
at Vanderbilt, at Mississippi State, at Kentucky. 2 overtime wins and a loss.
Mm-hmm. Listen, your mouth to God's ears.
And now that I'm thinking about it, they have 4 road games, so that game would have been a home game. But anyway, they've got 4 road games in the SEC, 2 overtime wins, a loss to Florida, and now this.
Alabama,
they haven't been good on the road is what I'm trying to say.
But obviously Nick Saban never lost ever, but Kalen DeBoer is pretty damn good at home. Isn't his record?
Last year, let's see, they lost to Vanderbilt on the road. They lost to Oklahoma on the road. Did they lose to anybody at home? They lost to – no, they were fine at home, right?
I think that he's
who
got
was the third loss they had last year?
Vanderbilt, Oklahoma, and
who?
Not South Carolina. That was close.
They lost. They won on the 2-point conversion.
Georgia.
No, they beat Georgia.
Oh, they beat Georgia.
Who was the third loss last year? Wasn't LSU, was it?
Mm-mm.
Who was the third loss? Guys, it's right in front of our face. Hold on. South Carolina, Vanderbilt beat them. Oklahoma beat them. They obviously had a third loss because they were 9-3.
And they didn't play Ole Miss.
Why is this stumping all of us?
Why are we having a hard time with this?
Tennessee. Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee. Thank you very much.
Also,
thank you very much.
I looked it up.
I was about to say we all have phones in our hands. We couldn't do it.
I prefer to do it the old-fashioned way. All right. What? Are you okay?
Yeah, this is really bothering me.
Yeah, sorry. We work in a media company.
No, that's that.
Who's on upset alert, guys?
That was really hateful and rude.
Who's on upset alert? I'm starting with Liam Blutman because he's going to say something stupid.
Oh, well, I'm not.
Good.
That'd be really bad if it was, because you already picked it for the DraftKings underdog parlay, and apparently Stu Feiner loves it. I didn't know this. The only pick I brought to the table was TCU over BYU. I could see BYU coming out a bit flat after a very distasteful loss last week and a very sour taste in their mouths with the ranking on Tuesday night. I think TCU is just a better team than they've shown. I think I'm banking on them to find something. I am. I think the spread is once again pretty telling. So, yeah, TCU is my pick over BYU outright.
You know what? I'm just going to go with you right there because I know I did it for my underdog, but that is absolutely my upset pick as well. I think BYU needs to be on upset alert. Big Ev, who's on upset alert?
I'll just say briefly, I do think Alabama is. I didn't talk about it much. I think Oklahoma is really, really live in that game because the pass rush and really the secondary, they've been unbelievable against the pass.
Yeah.
That's not my pick. My pick is Louisville as an upset alert again. The Clemson Tigers on Friday night.
Yes.
Go to Louisville, Kentucky, and get a victory. They're only 3-point dogs. It was 3.5. It came down. They're starting to play. I mean, they beat the shit out of Florida State. Nothing to write home about, but I think you're seeing a team play with some momentum, and I think you're seeing Louisville. I mean, they lost as 18.5-point favorites to Cal. They have a good young quarterback. It's a bad football team, not a good football team. That's an embarrassing loss in the situation they were in. I think they get shocked again. Less shocking this time. Friday night, Clemson and the boy Dabo and the fellas rolling there, get a dub.
Before y'all go any further, I just want to say my upset pick would have been, if I thought the coach was taking it seriously, it would have been Notre Dame at Pitt. But the fact that the coach doesn't really care if they win or not, I struggle to say it.
But do you think
was he fucking with me? Maybe.
But the team's going to take it seriously.
I don't know, man. It's just so weird. It's so weird to say that.
It's a weird thing to say. Maybe he didn't mean to say it the way it sounded.
T-Bob, who's on upset alert?
I kind of sounded pretty sincere about it. I don't know. I mean, it's true, too, what he said. Okay. I hate to do this. I don't think I've ever done this in my life.
He's going to take mine.
No, he's not.
I think I got to put LSU on
he
upset
is.
alert.
Absolutely. Arkansas.
Arkansas at LSU. I mean, you're talking about the worst defense in the SEC in Arkansas and the worst offense in the SEC at LSU. I think LSU spent an entire offseason thinking that you could craft an offense with wide receiver screen as the backbone, and that was going to carry the day. LSU's defense is pretty good. They're solid. 20th in stop rate, or maybe like 25th in stop rate in the entire country. So much improved. But they struggle with dual threat quarterbacks. And Taylon Green, if he doesn't turn it over, is one of the most effective quarterbacks in the entire country right now. And I'm just not sure that LSU's very well positioned to take advantage of that bad Arkansas defense. So I know it's in Death Valley, so I hope that carries the day, but 11 a.m. kickoff, LSU fans kind of checked out, drama everywhere around the program. Yeah, not looking, it's a little sketchy for my Tigers.
That one was mine. I mean, BYU is the first one, but I was going to ask T-Bob what his, I guess, the meter of nervousness was. But Brandon, I will say that now that you've thrown a little bit of a wrench into the Arkansas program, this game right here is just full of controversy, full of drama off the field. You've got LSU in a downward spiral. You've got Trump maybe picking the next coach, according to the governor. You've got Arkansas. They're pissed at you. Brandon, they probably got your tweet like printed out on emails. And they got it everywhere. They've got it all over the football facility in Fayetteville. Like, this game right here is just drama.
Listen.
That's Cardi B right there.
Listen, they ain't got no reason to be pissed at me. Clean your house up. clean your house up. Like
LSU too, but I mean, listen.
Loose lips sink ships,
our
baby.
house is fucking burned to the ground.
Loose lips sink ships. Also, they're gonna hire a good coach at Arkansas, so don't worry about that.
I have a friend in Baton Rouge, and she's saying it's hot and heavy down there right now. A lot of fireworks.
It's always hot and heavy at Baton Rouge. Even when things are good, they're crazy.
This is the only time that, not the only time, I miss a lot about doing a kind of more beat type job where you're so ingrained with one team, but there is nothing that gets the city talking like coaching search drama.
Yeah.
And it is on the tips of every single human being's tongues down there right now. And nobody knows what the fuck's going to happen. I mean, even up to the governor making the entire job unattractive. I don't know. It's just a shit show.
Brandon, who do you think the first phone call was made to when you tweeted that last night?
I know who the first phone call was made. Don't. It was high ranking.
Oh, I know. But I love the idea that you just did that. And
but it's listen. Like I said,
never forget John Gruden mentioned Yurachek on WUB.
It is the silliest of silly seasons, and like it's just crazy out there right now, and everybody's on high alert. Everybody who's trying to hire, everybody who's trying to get hired, everybody who's trying to get raises, everybody is on high alert, and just a little bitty whisper can turn into a tsunami of talk. So here's what it is. All right. The under the radar game of the week. Do you have an advertisement to read before we do the under the radar game?
I sure do. Experian, Brandon. You know what's not under the radar?
Experian?
And BFFs.
Yeah.
We talk depth charts, power rankings, and playbooks all day. And who's got a playbook for your finances? That's where Experian steps in, your big financial friend. Your BFF helps you find ways to save money, track your FICO scores, monitor your credit, and even match you with credit cards that fit your game plan. And here's the big thing, and we've been talking about this a lot ever since Experian got on board with us. They have no ding decline cards. That means if you're not approved, your credit score stays safe, which is major because, again, I say this every single time we have this ad. They do not teach you that. So if you're getting out of college and you're trying to get your credit score, don't go apply for a bunch of credit cards unless you are with Experian and doing the no ding decline. It's like having a financial coordinator in your corner minus the headset. Take control of your wallet and apply with confidence. Download the Experian app and meet your big financial friend today. Again, applying for no ding decline cards will not hurt your credit score if you aren't initially approved. Initial approval will result in a hard inquiry and may impact your credit score. And Brandon, as we know, you've got 17 children. T-Bob's got a few. I've got some. Christmas is coming up. You know what?
Yeah.
Get Experian right now, okay? They can help you with your financial goals, your BFF.
All right, the under the radar game of the week. Big Ev, you lead us off, please.
I got it. It's Arizona and Cincinnati.
I love when he says
I think that's the underrated game of the week.
I do too.
Honestly, I miss the bit from last year. I miss it too.
Ev, I miss it so much.
Was that the 2 overtime game?
Yeah, the 2 overtime. Brandon, I got it.
I got it.
I had it every week. I really did. I had it every week. The games just didn't go the way they were supposed to. They should have been ties.
It's facts.
But anyways, Cincinnati, Arizona, great quarterback game. Soares being Fafita. Liam mentioned last week Fafita Sneaky is having a very, very good bounce back season. And that Arizona team is pretty damn good. One of the better teams in the Big 12. I mean, they lost a heartbreaker that they should have won to BYU. And if they had, they'd be very much in the race for the Big 12 championship still. I think this is sneaky tough, really tough game for my Bearcats. I kind of like Arizona with the points here. But yeah, this is a phenomenal game. And also, if Cincinnati's able to win the game, and I guess BYU as well, it sets up a big time game next week for them to play each other. So I think that's exciting. Very underrated game, Arizona, Cincinnati.
All right, let's see. Under the radar game, T-Bob.
All right, this is not like so under the radar, but I do want an excuse to talk about it, and it's going to be Notre Dame at Pitt. I got to be honest. So every Saturday, I keep 5 games on at a time, right? I got the dual screen monitor, so the best game goes in one screen, and then the other screen gets 4 tiny screens. Almost invariably, one of those 4 games gets kind of wholly ignored, right? Not on purpose. It just kind of happens because of tension and whatnot. Notre Dame, basically since the beginning of the season, has been that 4th ignored screen. Like, I'm always putting them on, but I'm not watching closely. And then you start to read about it, you start to look up, you're like, holy shit. I mean, CJ Carr is the 3rd highest rated quarterback in the entire country right now. He's 1st in yards per attempt. He's got 19 touchdowns to 4 picks. Like, I don't think you're going to find, or no, I know you won't find a better freshman on freshman quarterback matchup than what you're going to see this Saturday at Pitt. I just mentioned CJ Carr, the redshirt freshman. Then you got true freshman Mason Heinchel from Pitt, 6-0 as a starter. Throw over 250 a game, 12 touchdowns, 5 picks. He's completely changed the makeup of their entire season. I'm excited to watch CJ Carr. I'm excited to watch Jeremiah Love. And I have to know what the fuck Pitt's going to look like after Narduzzi's comments. Like, just how do they look locked in? Because it should be tricky. It should be a tricky spot. Like you said, Brandon, this should be Notre Dame's final great test. And if a guy like Love wants to go to New York for the Heisman, this is going to be his final big stage to make it happen. So give me Notre Dame at Pitt as my under-the-radar game of the week.
Kayce Smith.
Well, this is a game I don't know how many people outside of Maryland and Illinois are going to watch, but it's Maryland at Illinois. You have 2 quarterbacks that obviously have been very highly touted as great quarterbacks. You have Malik Washington, you have Luke Altmaier, but there seems to be a lot of drama around Mike Locksley right now. And Illinois, I mean, as much as we love them going into the season, it had a little bit to do with us loving Brett Bielema, and that's fine. They still have a chance to put together a decent season. They're 6-3. Maryland's been hanging around in some games and then looking dreadfully awful in others. I just feel like this is a really big tone setter for either Maryland or Illinois, with all the kind of rumors around what Mike Locksley's going to do, if he's going to have a job or not, and then if Illinois can keep building on their momentum that they do have. They have a talented roster. They just don't have as talented a roster as other Big Ten schools. But I feel like this is under the radar and important for both these programs.
Liam, you're under the radar game.
Hey, Brandon Walker.
Hey, Liam.
Oh, hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
That's cool.
You okay? You need any money or anything?
No, I would never take money from you.
Okay.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
sweet.
take money from anyone. I'll buy you dinner tonight.
You want to go eat something together?
Yeah, you want dinner tonight?
Tacos?
Cracker Barrel.
Ooh.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Some
I'm
meatloaf?
buying. My under-radar game is in the MWC. It's in the Mountain West. The Mountain West has lost all hope for the playoff after San Diego State squandered the opportunity last Saturday as they got beat down to a pulp by Hawaii. So Saturday, you've got Boise State playing without Max Madsen. No more Maddox. He's been hurt.
Oh, I haven't thought about him in a long time.
Yeah, well, it's tough, dude, because now you've got Max Cutforth at the quarterback spot, and he said, "Hey, I'm not here just to fill in and play. I'm here to make my mark and keep this job. When Maddox comes back, he's playing second fiddle to me." That's straight up words from Boise State's interim or maybe permanent quarterback. I don't know. We'll find out. Big opportunity on Saturday night because San Diego State's got a great defense, and this is a significant game in the Mountain West. Again, the playoff picture's gone for the conference, but the conference championship, the two teams that will be playing in it still lays in limbo. San Diego State, Boise State, both 4-1 in conference. Hawaii's right there at 4-2. I believe they play Boise State still. No. They play UNLV still in Wyoming. There's a lot. The Mountain West race is going to be really weird, really interesting, very fun to watch down the stretch these last few weeks. Don't be surprised if Hawaii ends up sneaking in there after we watched them. I would say we were a bit depressed in the Hawaii-Stanford game as season's beginning.
So I will see your under-the-radar game, and I will see your conference, and I will raise you. And you all, frankly,
Oh, God, here we go.
make me sick.
Here we go.
You make me sick because you guys all act like college football is played at the top level, and only the SEC and the Big Ten, the ACC, you act like it's played there. But you know what you also act like? You all disrespect the troops.
Oh, no.
You all ignore the troops. You all ignore.
You're such a
Would we
piece of
have
shit.
college football if we didn't have a United States of by God America? Would we have a college football if we didn't have soldiers and sailors out there fighting for our very freedoms that we enjoy every week? So when one of these teams plays in a game between 7-2 teams in the American Athletic Conference, and it's South Florida and Navy playing for a potential bid in the damn American, and I didn't say the American Coast Conference, the American Conference. It's going to be an under-the-radar game because God bless our troops, our soldiers, our sailors, our everybody.
Take a sip of water,
South
please.
Florida and Navy.
I did not think.
Yeah.
I did not think that's where you were going at all.
Where was I going?
I thought you were going to the Battle of the Ravine,
That wasn't going to the Battle
which has
of the
been
Ravine.
played since 1895, 98.
Don't try to.
I thought you were going to Henderson State, you cheetah Baptist.
Hey, boy, don't try to upstage my troops.
That was good, but Brandon, you need to take a sip of water. Your voice is going away.
My voice has been going away for
Also, to Brandon's point, these are two of the 5 teams currently tied atop the
very
American with just one loss.
Very important game.
And that's the conference that looks to be in the driver's seat for that playoff spot. I still think, man, I think Tulane's going to get screwed here potentially because I think they're going to go 10-2 with 2 Power 4 wins and a loss to Ole Miss and not even make the American championship and not have a chance to make the playoff. Probably good for Summerall because then he just takes a job and goes wherever, but still.
Yes. Okay. So Kayce, do your thing.
We have the Venmo big game preview segment, boys. Kick off. Yeah. The Iowa USC game. So Liam, get ready because I'm going to come to you first. All right.
Pew, pew, pew.
Okay. College sports season with the college branded Venmo debit card is just the absolute best. Unlock 40% off a Big Ten Plus subscription and a free year of Perplexity Pro. Cashback some of your favorite brands, all while you show school spirit with the custom card design that features select college teams. So they've got the Big Ten cards. Liam, which one do you got over there? You have the Iowa card.
I got the Iowa.
You have the Iowa card. I know when Big Ev and I did an ad recently, we had the Colorado card. Beautiful card. So again, the Venmo debit card works hand in hand with your Venmo app. You know how Venmo works. If somebody splits a bar tab with you, go to a restaurant, whatever, they send it to your Venmo. You can have a card now that you can then pay right away because you can access money to your Venmo balance and choose to spend it on whatever you want, from tickets to tailgating snacks. Add your card to your mobile wallet, and as soon as you sign up, you can pay online and in-store right from your phone. Score more with the Venmo debit card and access fan rewards from the Big Ten Plus and Perplexity Pro. Sign up at venmo.com/college card today with no monthly fee, no minimum balance. Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. All right, Liam Blutman, big one in the Big Ten. Iowa traveling to USC.
Iowa, USC.
I don't like this bit.
What?
Saying Iowa.
I don't like it.
All right.
Iowa.
Would somebody please talk about Iowa USC?
I'm excited to watch Iowa USC. I'm excited to watch Iowa once again, who played such a fun. It wasn't ugly, just a fun.
It was ugly.
Okay, fine. A fun, ugly, brilliant brand of football against Oregon on Saturday, and Oregon Iowa them, and I can't wait to watch what USC is able to do against the physical presence, the physical front of Iowa, and the Jennings dunker and the dirt bike gloves he's wearing, and Low Joe and how strong he is. I'm very excited. You know, Mark Gronowski has scored a rushing touchdown every single game this season.
I did know that. Yeah.
Pretty wild. Jaden Maiyava, one of the weirdest things happened last week. Jaden Maiyava throws an interception, forces the fumble, touchback, gets the ball back for his offense, and for some reason, every account was calling him Jordan Maiyava. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if he changed his name mid-quarter. It was throwing me off completely. I was getting Mandela affected. Nonetheless, I can't wait for USC Iowa. I'm stoked to watch this. This is the Big Ten football that we grew up on, the Big Ten football that our grandfathers talked to us about for years. I'm stoked.
Big Ev, you're the Big Ten guy here. You and Blutman. What about USC Iowa?
Yeah, honestly, I love USC in this spot. I actually think they're a little more physical than they get credit for. I mean, we watched what they did to Michigan when Michigan came out to USC. Just beat them up and even beat them on the line of scrimmage on both sides. And I think they can do that here again. And I think the difference is that they're just way more explosive offensively. I mean, the weapons they have, the receivers, the running backs. I mean, they have obviously Gronowski can run, obviously scored a rush touchdown every game, but Maiyava is a little bit different level, a little more dynamic, obviously better arm. I think this is a USC smash spot. I think USC wins by 2+ touchdowns.
T-Bob, what do you think about that?
So as far as the game goes itself, this is a classic unstoppable force meets an immovable object game. You look at SC right now, Lincoln Riley's got the offense humming again. Number 1 in the country, 7.5 yards per play, 7th scoring offense in the entire country. However, they're going against an Iowa team, 7th in the country, only giving up 4.2 yards per play, 5th in the country, less than 14 a game. So again, this is big time strength on strength. I'm with Ev. I think the dynamism of Maiyava is kind of the difference here. Remember, he was the highest rated quarterback in the country for much of the season. He's fallen off a little bit as of late, but I hate to be the guy that frames this through playoffs. But when you look right now, the Big Ten, there's Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana. We all assume they're going to make it. If they're going to get a 4th team in, there's only 2 candidates. And it's Iowa and it's Michigan. Michigan will have their day against Ohio State to try to, pull off a miracle and get in there. But for Iowa, it starts now. And they got to win this. Then they got to go to Oregon, maybe get some crazy stuff done in Autzen. But yeah, I think this is a great game. I love this game, a very appropriate Venmo, big game of the week. I just think that, like Ev said, USC's speed combined with being at home ends up carrying the day. Although I don't know if I see I don't know if I see him smashing it. I feel like Iowa could really slow this game down and kind of control the tempo of it.
I didn't want to say it. I do like USC by 14.
Yeah,
plus
I think USC is going to win this
Wow.
easily.
Yeah, I do too. I just get Iowa away from Kinnick. I'm not a big believer in them. All right, so we have the player to watch for college football, and I unfortunately have a meeting upstairs with a potential client at 3:45. So I'm going to do my player to watch here, and in case he's going to steer this ship home. You agree with that?
I can do that.
So my player to watch, and I am cheating, and I am going in front of y'all, but I'm just going to do a brief explanation why I'm taking both of these guys, and I assume some of you will take them too. But it's the combination of Gunnar Stockton and Ty Simpson. And the reason I'm saying them is last week and in previous weeks, Julian Sayin has made a Heisman statement with his stellar play. And last week, Fernando Mendoza had his moment against Penn State. Well, the SEC guys have kind of been biding their time, and now Gunnar Stockton has a chance at home against a good Texas defense, and Ty Simpson has a chance against the best defense in the country, or in the SEC, excuse me, the best defense in the SEC, has a chance at home if he puts up big numbers and gashes that defense, and Gunnar Stockton does the same. I think their Heisman cases shoot way up, and they join Sayin and Mendoza on that Heisman line. And lastly, before I go, when we get to the Cover Your Eyes game of the week, mine is Virginia Tech, Florida State. Two teams that are way, way beyond the pale, playing for nothing, and who the fuck wants to watch that? That is mine. We'll see you again. I'll see you again this Saturday from Wrigley Field when the college football show is there.
And big noon kickoff.
Big noon kickoff for all that. Casey's driving the ship from here on out. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Best of luck, Brandon.
Later, Brandon. Good luck with the client.
All right, Ev, who is your player to watch?
So I was thinking kind of the opposite quarterbacks that he said. For me, it's Arch Manning.
Mm-hmm. That's
I think this is a game where obviously everyone saw him against Ohio State. He didn't look good. No one really looks good against us. He didn't look great in some other games. He started to play a little bit better. And I do pause that we talked about. I mean, the Vandy game, a lot of screens they won on. But still, he's definitely played better, made some really nice plays, especially rolling to his right, find a guy in the end zone. He's been really good on the run. I think there's a huge spot for him to kind of not only just kind of like fix or like tweak the public narrative on him right now and really show some good ball in a big time game on the road. But it's just a big spot obviously for Texas. And like we talked about, Gunnar Stockton, he's going to deliver in crunch time. He's done it time and time again this year. Can Arch do the same for Texas on the road? Kind of a second crack at a top 5 game. Like I said, on the road. Not quite as good of a defense this time around. I think Arch is the player to watch. This is a big, big spot for Arch. Forget the Heisman, just really propelling him this season and going forward into next season. What kind of player he is, Arch Manning.
Ev, I completely agree with you, and I'm going to be fully transparent here. Brandon just made a scene on his way out, so I didn't hear all of your reasoning. It's fine. So I'm probably going to repeat what you just said. But the reason I had him on my player to watch list as well is because, you know, they did turn this offense around, and we were so hard on him when he lost to you guys. And at the end of the day, it was like, okay, he's still very young. It's his first road start, but he has been able to put these things together. And when you look at the way they beat Mississippi State and you look at the way they end up beating Kentucky, like, he has been a major factor in that. And I just don't think Georgia's defense is up to snuff as it has been in the past. Also, when you look at these games, and I mean, he went with the home team guys, both of these quarterbacks, you know, John Mateer as well. Like, these are massive games for these guys moving forward. T-Bob, who's your player to watch?
So I'm going to go to Tuscaloosa. I'm going to approach this from an Oklahoma perspective. Sorry, leaf blower, if y'all can hear that. And I'm going to start on the defensive side of the ball. The guy that I mentioned earlier, R. Mason Thomas. If you're talking about the best edge defenders in the SEC, every conversation starts with Cassius Howell. You know, maybe you go to like a Colin Simmons as well, but R. Mason Thomas is up there with anybody. He's been elite. I can't wait to watch him against Caden Proctor. Again, I hope he plays. I hope he's healthy. And you look at like the South Carolina game in which South Carolina played Alabama very well. Dylan Stewart had a lot of success against Proctor, and it helped to disrupt everything. I'm looking for R. Mason Thomas to have the ability to do the same thing. And Kayce, you touched on it. I think you're absolutely right. John Mateer. Mm-hmm. Because here's a guy that we had so much hype coming into the season. He has not had the moment yet, but here's the stage. And like, as much as I talk shit about Brent Venables in Oklahoma, they have proven me wrong time and time again this season. And if they win this game, then I will have to eat entire helpings, multiple Cracker Barrel sized helpings of crow, because this Oklahoma Sooners team is way better than I ever would have thought. And the only way that's going to happen is if Mateer plays better than he has. 8 touchdowns, 7 picks, a little turnover prone, and that is the stat, guys. Alabama, sign of a well-coached team. Kalen DeBoer, best turnover ratio in the SEC. Oklahoma, second worst. If Mateer plays clean, his legs can be used to take that crowd out of it. And then you have R. Mason Thomas on the other side of the ball, taking care of that, disrupting that Alabama offense and giving the Sooners a chance to do something big on the road.
Liam?
Silly little goofy grandpa didn't think I was going to bring up South Florida Navy. Byron Brown and Eli Heidenreich, and whoever lines up at punter for USC.
That's it? You don't have more? Usually you have a bunch of them.
Well, that's 3.
Oh,
or
okay.
maybe it's 4.
Okay, Liam Blutman.
That was good, Liam.
Liam's got a different gleam in it. Gleam in his eye? Glimmer in his eye? What's the T-Bob? What's the right?
Gleam. No.
Gleam?
Glimmer?
Glimmer. One of them sounds right. You've got a different look in your eye, Liam, today.
Why?
I don't know. There's just you had it on Saturday night on the podcast too. You were smiling.
Gleam is what we were looking for.
You got something going on. What's going on with you?
Maybe I got a football coach.
Oh.
Who?
Well, speak
now, Liam.
Speak
I must
now.
know who is heading to the Rose Bowl.
Speak.
Bleep.
Likes it.
Bleepy.
Speak.
Yeah, bleep. I think I'm like 55% sure. Yeah, that didn't
I
do
like
anything
that.
for you guys.
I like that.
That meant nothing to me. I mean, I'm happy for you. If you're happy, I'm happy.
Bleep all this. But I'm
it's a
I'm
good
not
hire,
even
but-
confident it's happening. But
Well-
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I probably don't even have a head football coach because I know it's gonna happen. This idiot AD is gonna step in and he's gonna hire like his mom or something. I don't know.
I've heard Chip Kelly and Pete Carroll hate each other. If you want to go get Chip Kelly back from the Raiders.
No, ironically, there's been roars for Jim Mora reunion though.
So
Yeah,
I can see that.
That's been a healthy rumor for 3 years now, 4 years, and they want it to happen real bad. But I don't know.
I just need you to stay happy like this, okay?
I want to be. I want to be. I want to get super super rich so I could spend all my money on this team.
Marry a billionaire.
Hell yeah.
Marry a sugar mama.
You got to do tricks on it, Liam.
Do it like what Jolynn did at Michigan. Just go marry Ellison, and instead of asking for designer
All
bags,
right.
get quarterbacks. What?
Billionaire woman out there, you know where to find me.
What you got to do, Liam? What you got to do is, yeah, you got to find like a really, really elderly woman who just wants to look at that red hair and just wants to leave you all her money.
Liam, Gail Benson.
Got no family.
Right, no family.
No one just her strictly her dying resurrection UCLA
Gail Benson.
football.
Come on, Liam.
We're gonna
you
have
could
you
be owner of
married
the
off.
Pelicans and the Saints. You could bring me to all the games. We could go in the owner's suite. It'd be fucking awesome.
Here's what it is, Liam. Here's what it is. If you really care about UCLA Bruin,
Facts.
True.
we'll go find a rich 70-year-old woman,
True.
fuck her brains out, and get her money, funnel it to UCLA football. If you really care about this team, about this university, about this school, and the football program, that's what you'll do. The ball's in your court, bud.
He's so red. He's blushing
ethics.
so
Yeah,
hard.
I knew that
I
would make him
got
uncomfortable, that's why
ethics, man. I got
there's-
morals.
there's nothing wrong- hey, hold
I've
on.
talked down about Belichick and Jordan. I can't go do it the reverse.
No, I mean technically society.
Listen, it's all
society won't.
consensual there, brother.
Yeah, it's consensual
It's all
to adults.
Oh, a 140-year-old
Having sex.
woman with $3 billion. Hit me up if you even know what Twitter is.
Listen, there's
There
nothing
you
wrong
go.
with two consenting adults having sex to make a football program better. Nothing wrong with that.
It won't-
You'd be the king of UCLA football, Liam. The king.
The king.
You brought it home.
And you're going to
you
make an
did-
old
oh.
woman happy and satisfied. Think about
that's
it.
true. That's
Think about
fine.
the
That is very
charity
nice.
work that you're doing.
Go Bruins.
Got the
Knock
young
the
calf.
dust off that thing.
Got the young calf.
This is where.
Knock the dust.
Whoa! What the heck happened? What happened? Brandon Walker left for 6 minutes, and
We got you married to a billionaire fucking for a football program. That's what we got.
But Mark Blutman, I apologize for the,
sorry.
the naughty things about your son.
Yeah,
I
it's not-
respect Mark Blutman. Big fan
Mark
of Mark
Blu-
Blutman.
Mark Blutman, it
We're-
is
we're
not
the
your
Giants
son's.
camp together.
It's not your son's
Liam, you
fault.
gotta. Liam, when you own the
apologize.
Pelicans, though, dude, we
brother.
gotta fire Willie Green.
Brother.
We gotta fire Willie Green. I liked him for a long time, but we've given him a fair shake. dude.
Brother
He's gotta
thinks
go.
I'd buy an NBA team.
You already have one. If you marry Gail, she has the Saints and the Pelicans. You're an immediate owner of both.
Oh, that's what
So
you were talking
you would
about.
marry into ownership,
Bro, I'd buy an NBL team before the NBA.
but you would marry into it. So then she would
I-
just give
I'd
you her
call
other
up-
money.
Wait, I like the idea that Gail wants to get with Liam, and he says no because he's like, nah, I'm not. I don't fuck with that NBA shit.
I'll-
Too
I'll-
messy.
girl.
I'll call up my boy Cuban. We'll get a big 3 team rolling.
Hey, Mark Cuban liked
The three
my
bobs.
my Indiana rant. I might have a direct source for you. You know.
People forget I did work at the Big Three. People do forget that.
I did forget that. Okay, Liam, what's your...
I had to get Ice Cube a towel because he spilled a sports drink one time.
Was he rude about it?
That's badass.
Okay,
Very
that's
nice.
good. Very good.
Ice
A
Cube's
nice
a
guy.
nice guy.
A nice guy.
All my Big
He was
Three
cool
guys
in the
were
office.
Yeah, I've heard he's really nice. I just the way that you said you had to get him a towel made it sound a little sinister.
Nah, it was you know
Nah, he
his
wasn't talking about
security guards, you know
Yeah.
them? They're super big, cool dudes, and they're just like, yeah, he spilled this. Go get him a towel.
Yeah, no, it is when you get around people that famous, their security guards are super intimidating.
Yeah, they yeah, but like I saw them behind the scenes all the time and stuff, so like I knew they were nice and they talk and good people. I just like telling people Ice Cube told me to go get him a towel, which did not happen.
Well, technically, because they work for him.
Technically, yes.
The amount of times I've asked Mike like what the protocol is with security guards with that, and he's just like, listen, if they don't talk to you, it's not because they hate you, it's because they're told not to talk to you. So at least they were talking to you, you know? All right, Liam, your cover your eyes game of the week.
UCLA Ohio State.
But you have a head coach.
I don't know if we did. That was I got told we're 55% sure that this is gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen. Something's gonna fall through, and this is what the agents were hearing. Something will fall through, and Martin Germain will mess everything up, and I'm gonna actually have to find a 87-year-old woman. Is that all I could get?
Yeah. Sorry, brother.
No, but it's the billionaire part. It doesn't matter how old she is. It's the billionaire. But
there's not a billionaire my age.
Well, yeah, they have last names of Kardashian or Jenner.
Well,
or Swift, but she's not close to your age. She's taken, brother.
I'll settle for
I feel
millions.
I feel like they're USC people too. Unfortunately, the Kardashians.
Bro,
Gotta be.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Gotta be.
Yeah, I think they're but also you just
But they're
gotta.
UCLA basketball fans.
But you got to go for the you got to go for the older woman that has just like she just wants to give you her money. That's the point. It's not necessarily like.
Are they on Twitter? Are they those bots?
I bet you could find some. Okay, T-Bob,
you're PSA.
Yeah. We're looking to marry off our friend Liam Blutman to a billionaire
Wealthy
who
woman.
wants to make love for the UCLA football team. I won't even say fuck because your dad's listening. Okay. Big Ev, your cover your eyes game of the week.
It's Oregon State Tulsa.
Sorry, Mom.
This is
Sorry,
a
Dad.
atrocious game. Oregon State
Kenny.
lost to Sam Houston last week when they outgained them by about, I believe, almost triple the yardage. One of the crazier like box scores you ever see, like stat sheet games. I don't know how they lost it, but just two putrid football teams. It's crazy. Tulsa's 2-7. One of their wins was against Oklahoma State. Unbelievable. But what a just putrid, bad football game between two putrid, bad football teams. Oregon State, Tulsa, yuck.
All right, I'm going back to the boot, the golden boot. LSU, Arkansas, pre-noon kickoff Central Time. No relevance whatsoever to the national stage. Couple of dumpster fires full of coaching rumors and whatnot. But if you're my age, this is a rivalry that still means something a little bit. So I know nobody else is going to watch it. Nobody else gives a fuck. But I love the Golden Boot. I love battling for the Golden Boot. That combat uniform right behind me right there, that won a Golden Boot right there. It's the most dangerously serrated trophy in all of college football. I believe it to be the most ridiculous trophy in all of college football. And I hope that LSU can somehow maintain and I can get a little joy back in my life amidst this sea of losses and madness. So nobody else is going to watch, but I will. You shouldn't watch, though. Avert your eyes.
So
What about you, Kayce?
I've gone this entire podcast without mentioning how scared I am of this Texas A&M South Carolina game. Okay. And
Really?
well, here's the thing. Until you win in November, and we did last week and we killed them, but I didn't know which way I was going to go because I was going to say South Carolina's handed us some bad losses over the years that have been pretty embarrassing. We're going to beat the ever living fuck out of them because that's the way I actually feel. But then if I say that and I put it on air and on camera, then it's just walking material for me to get clowned. So I'm just going to cover my eyes and hold my breath at 11 a.m., 12 o'clock, whatever on Saturday, because if we can get through this game, if Marcel Reed can do what Marcel Reed does, and our passing game does what it does, and our running game, and our fantastic defense, which is going to beat the ever-living fuck out of South Carolina's offensive line, you are looking at me just crashing out like a crazy person at the end of this month against Texas. And I'm just saying, I need to close my eyes, and I need to get through this game. Okay, South Carolina has been. It's at Kyle Field. I'm not near as worried about it. We've got Lenora Sellers talking shit about Kyle Field, which never plays well.
That's insane.
He was saying it's only a bad atmosphere, or it's only a hard atmosphere at night. Like, brother, you're 3-6. You should probably shut up. But every time I say something like this, I'm scared. I'm scared to say it out loud because it's just
the crazy thing about Kyle Field is like the A&M fans are so bought in on any given year that they're one of the few fan bases that'll show up for noon kickoffs no matter what, and especially this year with everything that's on the line. Lenore's just signed his own death warrant.
They are gonna beat the fuck out of this team, and I say this over and over. However, it would be a little bit hubris of me, or I would have hubris. I'm not speaking correctly if I would just say I'm not a little bit nervous, so I'm gonna cover my eyes and hold my breath and know that my crash out of the century is coming Thanksgiving weekend.
Let's go.
Crash out of the century. Anything else, guys? Did we miss anything?
If Kentucky were to lose this week, that'd be funny.
It would be funny.
They play Tennessee Tech undefeated in the FCS. You never know.
They might.
I can't wait to see a spread.
Kentucky's kind of hot right now.
I know. That's why it'd be so funny, man. That they're actually better than we thought. They should have beat Texas. They should have, could have, would have. And then they go out, lose to 10-0 Tennessee Tech. I can't wait to see what that line is.
Is there Ev, anything in the Big 12? I know we talked BYU, TCU. There's probably, Texas Tech's playing UCF. Utah's playing Baylor. There's not really. I know, you said Arizona.
West Virginia,
Cincinnati.
Arizona State's kind of fun to me.
Yeah,
but Arizona, Cincinnati.
Better. West Virginia's definitely been better, so that's interesting. But I kind of think Arizona State rolls. But
and then we will be at Wrigley Field Saturday morning for Michigan at Northwestern for the Barstool College Football Show, and with Big Noon kickoff. Ev, is there any concern for Michigan with that game?
I think my thing is matchup wise. Like I haven't bet anything yet. I guess I would have to before I leave. I kind of like Northwestern for the points, but my scare is that. I think Michigan is kind of – I think they're similar teams. Michigan's just kind of like better. They're just like a little better everywhere, but they're similar stylistically. So, I don't know. I actually thought, weirdly enough, Northwestern held their own. That like the pick six that turned to fumble that Liam talked about, I thought really swung the game in Northwestern. Like that was to take a 7-point lead. And then it was like all of a sudden 2 minutes later, they went from should have been up 7 to down 7. And it kind of just spiraled after that. So that's interesting. Honestly, the game that we didn't bring up at all that I think is fascinating and that has huge conference implications is Virginia at Duke.
Yeah,
that's a fascinating game. And also for all my bettors out there, myself, that line just keeps coming down. Duke was -6.5 earlier in the week. They're down to -4. So I don't have a lot of love for Virginia. I'm not exactly what's going on there, but I think that's an interesting game, a fun game matchup wise. Two good quarterbacks. Should be some offense. But I think that's a game that obviously we've talked about. It'd be funniest thing ever. Duke's very much alive. And Virginia could all of a sudden be in the driver's seat just dead in 2 seconds.
I was going to say, Brandon said on Web this morning, in the ACC right now, you got to go and take it. And this is a go and take it game right here. As Narduzzi said, these are the only games that matter. And Tony Elliott did say he's optimistic that Chandler Morris is going to play, so we should give that Morris versus Minsa matchup.
And when you tune in to UVA Duke, just know you're watching Duke football, man, in the year 2025. This team, you're going to see something you ain't never expect to see. We can guarantee you that. This is the most entertaining team to watch, whether for good, for bad, for pretty, for ugly. You're going to see something. That's a Liam Blutman guarantee. Cooper Barkate might spin someone out their shoes, or their punter might punt it backwards. That's what they do, man.
Ev, as soon as you said Duke, I leaned over so I could see Liam's face behind this fridge, and he just had the biggest shit-eating grin on his face. As soon as you just
a shit-eating grin.
I can't quit him.
He's right. You could tell me Duke won this game by 30 and lost by 30. Neither would surprise me.
You do have that can't quit him look in your eye. You're just addicted to this team.
You
can't quit certain things. I get it.
It's unhealthy. That's
Listen,
what it is.
been
It's
there, brother.
unhealthy.
Been there.
Been there from July on this team. They're 5-4 and could easily be 8-1. Like, I hate it.
Been there, brother. All right.
One stat I found just during the show today when we were talking, there's a new against the spread king in college football.
Who?
Ohio State got passed up. Texas Tech is now 9-1.
Yeah,
against the spread.
They're rolling.
Shout out Joe McGuire.
We got backdoored by Purdue.
Yeah,
rolling.
And you got a big line to cover this week.
Yeah.
Was it 30?
32 and a half.
32 and a half?
Keeps going up.
Yikes.
This is
Yikes.
I'm fearing that this is the one where Ohio State just says, "Yeah, let's go have some fun." I'm feeling like this is going to be 56 to nothing.
I will say this, and I mean, I'm about to go have my weekly K-date with Mike Kadick, and we're already talking about the Indiana game. I did not like on Wake Up Barstool today, T-Bob, that you guys, it was Stu's fault, but everybody agreed that A&M shouldn't be in the conversation with Indiana, Ohio State. I am not okay with that.
I don't, that's not my memory of how it was framed, because I think it is a big three.
He said the Big Ten championship is who's going to win the national title.
Oh, no, I know. And I just, we didn't have time to adjudicate it there. But like on Monday night's episode here, I was the only one that gave Indiana, A&M, and Texas Tech all as teams that I think could win the national championship.
Okay.
Everybody else just said Ohio State only.
Well, thank you for doing that. Okay, so we will be back Saturday night as usual for our live recap, Barstool College Football Show, and big noon kickoff at Wrigley. Yeah. Oh, and the Internet Invitational. The finale is
tomorrow night.
Well, we're recording this, so it's tonight. So make sure you tune in. It'll be live. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And yeah, we'll be back Saturday night. That's Unnecessary Roughness.
Later, guys.